All right, it is a weather impact alert day. I'm meteorologist Trevor Birchett. Thank you for joining us on ABC24 Plus, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're streaming right now. We're going to give you a quick update on what we're expecting later on this afternoon. Now, we did actually already have some thunderstorms this morning, but that was just kind of the appetizer to what is coming later on today. We do expect some more rough thunderstorms later this afternoon and continuing into the evening hours. Let's take a look at that weather impact alert and just kind of give you an idea of what we are expecting. Again, the biggest concern today is going to be with that risk of severe thunderstorms and probably a little more stout than what we saw earlier this morning. Really expecting this between 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. So this is going to be a little bit of a break between those morning storms, and then we are going to see more develop as we go into this afternoon. I think this afternoon round going to be a little stronger. Again, damaging wind gusts and hail are possible. We also can't rule out some tornadoes and a couple of the strongest thunderstorms today. We're going to be watching that very carefully. Latest severe weather outlook just updated from the Storm Prediction Center. No changes to it, though. Still a level 3 out of 5 severe weather risk for Memphis and all of the Mid-South. So it's kind of right there in the middle, a medium risk. What that means is severe weather is not going to happen everywhere today. These are going to be scattered storms at first, so it's not going to storm in every neighborhood. But if you do happen to see a thunderstorm, it will at least have the potential to be severe, especially with damaging wind gusts and hail. But tornadoes also can't be ruled out. Here's the clouds and radar loop as of about 11:38. Again, there's the early morning round of thunderstorms we had. That produced some wind damage down near Byhalia this morning. That has cleared out, and now we're in this break. Look right over Memphis. You can kind of see we're getting a break from the cloud cover. We have nice sunny skies right now as we look outside, and that is kind of the in-between between the two storm systems. What that's actually going to do is just allow for more thunderstorms to develop later on. So as we look live in Cordova right now, yes, we do have some clouds, but we also have some sunshine peeking through. All of that sunshine, along with that warm southerly breeze, that just helps to heat up and add more humidity to the air, and that is going to add even more storm energy. We already have plenty of it right now, where you see those yellows and reds showing up. There's just a ton of storm energy for these storms to work with, but that sunshine's just going to add more storm energy for those storms to really get going and develop. I do think we're quiet for at least the next hour. I think things are really going to get going by 1:30 or 2 o'clock, and then those storms will continue. Once they fire up in eastern Arkansas, they'll move across the river into Memphis by about 3 or 4, and then continue into West Tennessee and North Mississippi through about 6 o'clock. I do think by 6 p.m. these storms are done, so this is not going to last too long tonight, but by 6 p.m. this is pretty much out of here. I'll show you that a little better on the hour-by-hour rain chances. Again, quiet now. By 3 or 4 o'clock, we're really in the middle of it, and then overnight tonight, rain chances level off and go down. So it's going to be ending up being a pretty quiet night after 6 p.m. once these storms clear on out of here. So here's the hour-by-hour radar. Again, quiet for now, but we're going to start things off at 1 p.m., and you can already see some of those thunderstorms starting to develop. That's going to be kind of the initial zone from just south of Little Rock near Pine Bluff up to Little Rock, Lone Oak, eastern Arkansas. That's where those storms are going to first develop. Now I'm going to play this through an hour. Watch how quickly they get going. This is now 2 o'clock. Storms really start to ramp up in eastern Arkansas by 2 o'clock, and then they continue to gain intensity as they line up along the Mississippi River. I think by 3 p.m., these storms are going to be right up and down the river. So Dyersburg, Ripley, Covington, Atoka, Millington, Memphis, DeSoto County, down into the Delta. That's when we're going to see our worst weather right around 3 or 4 o'clock. Now, by 4 o'clock, it should be done in Memphis. So we're looking at a small window, about an hour, that these storms are going to pass through. So Memphis between about 3 and 4. And then after that, it'll be more of a western Tennessee, northern Mississippi thing. So 4 p.m. into Oxford, Holly Springs, Bolivar, Jackson, and then closer to Selmer and Corinth by about 5 or 6 o'clock, eventually clearing out. So this is 6 p.m. You see how quickly those storms clear out of here. And then again, the rest of the night is going to be nice and dry, a little cooler tonight, actually. So between 2 p.m. and 7 p.m., we have the risk of severe weather today. High wind gusts and hail are likely in some of the storms. We can't rule out a tornado. Now, again, I want to say that does not mean storms will happen in every single neighborhood. These will be spotty storms. There will be some neighborhoods that probably miss out on the thunderstorms today, but I think a good chunk of us will see those storms. And if you do see a storm, it will have the potential to be severe. So make sure you're staying informed. Make sure you know how to get your weather alerts. You need to have multiple ways to get weather alerts. We are all busy. We all have a million things to do. So make sure you have your phone alerts on. Now's a great time to do that. Go into your settings here on your phone. Once you get into your settings, you're going to go down to your notifications, scroll all the way down at the very bottom of your notifications, and you're going to find government alerts for Amber Alerts, public safety, and emergency alerts. Make sure all of those are turned on just in case we do get some rough weather coming in. You'll get that alert to you. Weather radio is great. Of course, TV and radio live streams. We're going to be here watching this. Sirens are good if you're outside. If you know somebody that works outside, the tornado sirens will let them know a bad storm is coming. But in general, those sirens are meant to be heard outside, not inside. So if you are inside, do not rely on the sirens. And of course, phone a friend. If you know somebody that's about to be impacted by a storm, you can always shoot them a call or text and make sure they know. A reminder of who we cover here at ABC24. If you're on this map, you belong to us and you are our responsibility. You're kind of like my own little children out there. I feel a great deal of responsibility to everybody on this map to watch you. That includes most of eastern Arkansas, North Mississippi, and most of West Tennessee. We go all the way out to Selma and Corinth, all the way up to Dyersburg, down to Oxford and Clarksdale. So if you are on this map and there is rough weather happening, we will be here streaming for you. Now, bear in mind, just because it's bad in one neighborhood doesn't mean it's bad everywhere. We have a lot of people that when we cover this weather, they say, well, nothing's happening here. Well, it's because we cover a really large area. So I always like to remind you of who we cover. We cover, I think, 32 counties. So it is a big area that we are responsible for. And so we're going to be keeping a close eye on that as well. Of course, we're always doing our continuous severe weather coverage. Wherever you're watching us right now, you can watch us when we do severe weather coverage. That's on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV. Just search us up. It's a free download. We also have our ABC24 phone app as well. But again, a little rough this afternoon. We are expecting, again, that weather impact alert for the threat of severe thunderstorms. We could see some high wind gusts up to 60 or 70 miles an hour, hail, and even a few tornadoes between 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Now, we do get a little bit of a break after this. There's that cold front. It's going to pass through tonight, and it gives us a decent break in the weather. Tomorrow looks great. Sunshine, right around 80 degrees. We will watch tomorrow night into Thursday morning. There could be a couple of showers, but I think most of Thursday's okay. And Friday actually turns out pretty much okay as well. We are already watching, though, our next round of strong storms. So again, after today, the next few days look okay. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, mostly sunny, a little more comfortable as well, 70s to around 80. It's Memorial Day weekend. We're going to be watching because there are some more chances for thunderstorms. Now, it's not going to storm all weekend long, so I would not cancel your plans. These are going to be more of those spotty thunderstorms for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. You know, most of the day might be dry, but then there might be an hour where it storms. That's going to kind of be what we deal with this weekend. So if you do have plans for Memorial Day, just make sure you're watching the weather and be ready to head inside. Get away from the pool, get away from the barbecue if that storm does happen to pop up near you. You can always watch the radar also on the ABC24 app on your phone. We have the radar there, the latest forecast, and we also live stream our severe weather coverage as well. So we're going to be watching things very closely through the day today as we go ahead and watch this round of thunderstorms coming in. Again, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. Damaging wind gusts, hail, even a few tornadoes not completely out of the question. So stay with us right here on ABC24. We are going to be here through the rest of the day. I'm already here. Meteorologist Kit Thomas on the way in here in a couple of hours. We're going to have tag team coverage watching these storms to keep you safe. Wherever you're watching now, we'll have coverage of the storms later on today. For now, we'll get off of here. Thanks for joining us on ABC24 Plus. I'm Chief Meteorologist Trevor Birchett. Stay safe out there.